There are always moments when we're going to want to pause our communication. And it can be easy for us in the heat of the moment, in a conversation that we're wanting to be heard. We could feel the heat rising in our body and the contraction building, to want to get every word out possible. I'm sure you can understand and imagine those moments where you have felt that, where there might have been an argument or a disagreement, and all the people involved were speaking in high tones and nothing was getting heard. And the more words that came out, the worse the situation got. That would be a perfect moment to pause the conversation. I look at communication as a way to create connection. Within connection, that means that there's intimacy, there's vulnerability, and there's also often an outcome where we can strategize so we can create win-win in the relationship, whether it's personal or professional. So when it seems like there's arguments and words are just making it worse, it's okay to pause. What that pause might look like is, code word could be calling a yellow light. And when I say yellow light means pause. It might mean, let's take a couple of deep breaths. It might mean, let's take 3 minutes and just get really still, and maybe even going into separate rooms. And ways to just, you're wanting to calm the nervous system and get clear in yourself. The other way to pause would be more of a stop. It would be more of a red light. And when we call that red light, it might look like, well, I'm feeling like I really want to hear you, and I'm noticing I'm feeling agitation and frustration, and I'm feeling disconnected inside my own body. And so I'd like to stop this conversation so we can come back to the conversation when we're both in a really clear and centered state. Often the red lights could be a minimal of 24 hours. I would go as far as saying, if I were to say red light, to actually schedule a time. Like, can we reconvene tomorrow at 7 o'clock? Because that feels safe, especially if we're in the heat of something, and something that we're really wanting to be heard and have an outcome to, is that it feels safe to know that we're both committed, or everyone involved is committed to coming back and having a clear follow-up and more of a connected conversation about this